Easy. Well, you can always rely on the Labour Party to give you a good laugh. Clearly they haven't learned the age-old lesson that repeating the same experiment over and over and over again never gives you a different result. I've got this newspaper in front of me and there's two separate articles in this that, just to catch them both in the same paper, it's quite funny. Because the first thing is that Labour now have said that they would hike taxes on the rich to pay for the UK's coronavirus recovery. Shadow Chancellor Annaliese Dodds also warned that she would raise business levies with the money spent on renationalising industries. So business levies are already killing town centres up and down the country. Yet Labour don't seem to have learnt that lesson. They seem to think that just raising those taxes is going to bring them in much more money, when all it's going to do, of course, is put businesses out of business. And then if that's not funny enough, we move on to this other little article here, where we're talking about the sacking of Rebecca Long-Bailey from the Shadow Cabinet. And who should raise his head again on this but good old magic grandpa himself. Because Jeremy Corbyn's obviously a bit salty here that Keir Starmer has sacked Rebecca Long-Bailey from the front bench, and it's now started a Labour civil war has threatened to erupt from this. The former leader was among a group of hard-left MPs who yesterday slammed the decision to fire the Shadow Education Secretary in an anti-Semitism row. Yeah, of course he was. The gang, called the Socialist Campaign Group, so that's, if momentum's not bad enough, we've now got another party within a party calling itself the Socialist Campaign Group. I think it's pretty safe to say where they sit on things, isn't it? The Socialist Campaign Group includes die-hard Corbynists such as Richard Bergen and Kate Osamore. And then when we get to the bit where, well, we all know why Rebecca Long-Bailey was sacked. That's been spoken about quite a bit. But Mr Corbyn has also urged Keir Starmer to take a tough line on Israeli annexation of Palestinian territory. So clearly things haven't changed very much there, have they? It's still spouting the same old shit. Mr Bergen, this is a particular little peach here, I love this bit. Mr Bergen later praised his Corbynista colleague, Miss Long-Bailey, for blocking the Labour leader from backing the Prime Minister's attempt to get kids back into school after lockdown. He said that Becky did a great job as Shadow Education Secretary, standing with unions against Tory attempts to force schools to reopen. So he's actually there praising her for blocking the new Labour leader's attempt to reopen schools. So Labour are clearly happy for kids to stay off school and miss out on vital education. Fucking hell. Are things ever going to change in the Labour Party? You know what? It's easy to laugh at this, right? It's easy to laugh and say that, what on earth are they doing? But to be quite honest, I just say, let them carry on. Because all they're doing is making themselves more unelectable by the day. And if they think that this shit is going to swing voters round into voting for Labour again, I think they're going to be sorely disappointed. I really like this picture. Have a look at this picture here, Jeremy Corbyn here. That there, just have a look at that. That's a nasty old man pictured there for you. That is purely a picture of a nasty old man, is that. He's not a kind old grandpa to all you far leftists out there that worship at his feet. He's probably a nasty old man, and he's probably the type of guy that would do what that nasty old man did to me many years ago and scratch my car while I was sat in it. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Easy.